Just 5 Mins. And on today's ramble, we have PostgreSQL or PostgreSQL. I'm not quite sure which is the best way to say it, really. But yeah, I've heard of it. I think I remember playing with it for a while, but it would have been a long time ago. Um, I did not know it was so awesome. Why? Why? Anyway, it was obviously created by good old Michael Stonebreaker, the sort of king of relational databases. And interestingly, I have used Ingress database along. Literally, we're talking like late 80s, early 90s, I think it was. Late 80s, actually. And I didn't realize that Postgres is literally from post Ingress. I didn't know that either. It feels like, I'm a slow learner, but this is just ridiculous because I thought, okay, yeah, it's an open source database. It's, meant to be fairly um, in good standing. It's obviously a go-to for a lot of people, but I didn't realize quite why. And I noticed, it's on the face of it. It's tables, columns, and rows. It's SQL that you can use to grab that data. It's all ACID-based, for the transactional side. But I didn't realize that it is technically an object relational database. So you can actually, where you've got varchars or ints or whatever, you can literally create your own object type. So like address that has, and look, this might not be new to a lot of people out there. I feel like I'm just finding this for the first time. You can literally create your own, like a class in, a lot of OO languages. You can create like a address that's got street one, blah 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 blah. I mean, on the face of that, it's okay, but that's really clever, isn't it? So you can create custom data types. It's got things like inheritance and polymorphism from that within the database, for goodness sake. And sorry, I'm nearly choking because it's so exciting. But interestingly, I didn't realize, this is the big one that I didn't realize, is the multiversion concurrency control. So it's got something called MVCC, which gives each transaction a snapshot of the database, allowing multiple transactions to run simultaneously without having those awful traffic jams and locks. Goodness me. That's really quite clever, isn't it? And you can obviously extend it. You can write extra extensions in Python, C, and whatnot. And there's obviously a whole heap of this stuff. I don't know why I've missed it. I really don't. I think I'm definitely not going to miss it any further. But yeah, and I really like the idea. There's a couple of cloud-based. Look, this is obviously Postgres has been around for a long time, so there's lots of I was going to say what I'm trying to say here, the infrastructure. There's lots of sort of cloud-based systems out there. There's one called Neon that I found from good friends at actually Jeff Delaney, isn't it, at Fireship actually. So he's done a nice little video and mentioned there's a serverless version of Postgres called Neon, which looks very interesting too. I'll put a link below, of course. But brilliant sort of stuff. And as I say, there's some real key things there that I had no idea of. And the fact, of course, these days you can store, JSON or HStore types, they call it. But the idea is that you've then got real flexibility. No wonder it's obviously used by lots and lots and lots and lots of developers and systems out there. But again, that's what I've got for this time is the fact that I'm a really slow learner in this way, the fact that it's an object relational database, I love that, and of course the multiversion concurrency control. Incidentally, I don't know how Oracle, I mean, I've got a rough idea of how Oracle and Microsoft SQL work from that perspective, and there are sort of techniques to work around those sorts of things. But interestingly, that's something that seems to be out of the box without too much to worry about. So that's what I've got for today, and we've almost hit it with 5 minutes. So until the next one, take care, and we'll catch you on the next.